What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? This is gonna be your love and hip hop review, season 5, episode 3. Well, I feel like we was on episode like 6. Anyway, we pick up where we left off with A1 and Safari going at it. Of course, security breaks them up, but they yelling back and forth. And here's the thing: Safari is just playing dumb. Like instead of just coming right out and answering A1, he like, "What? Huh? What you talking about? What you mean?" I'm saying like, you know what, like she be text, but we just texting, but it don't mean that, like, and I mean I'm sure they, they dragging it out for the purposes of the show, but it's just so silly that Safari just acted like he don't understand what A1 want from him. And of course A1 is like, yo, what's up with you? Like, I thought we was cool. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't be texting my wife. Like, you shouldn't be in there at all. He was like, it's nothing. We wasn't talking about nothing. It wasn't nothing bad. But you could tell the way Safari acted that it's more than to what he's saying. But of course, Safari, the security break it up. A1 tried to get at him. Safari talking about some, you know, A1 talking about some man up, man up. Safari was like, yo, ain't no dude with pearls, black fingernail polish, and sparkly shoes going to tell me to man up. The shit was funny. Because then they did, of course, they were shady. They going to show his shoes and shit. He was like, yeah, but don't forget where I'm from. Don't forget where I'm from. Safari like, whatever. So they break them up or whatever. So then we see Princess in Paris. Princess is getting her plaster of her baby bump, and she's telling Paris about what happened at the gender reveal, and she was like, I'll probably talk to Sonya again, but Brandy, nah. She was like, cause Brandy be playing games. Brandy be trying to act all sweet and innocent, but then be all up in my damn text messages, talking shit. And I know y'all remember when she released those text messages, like she posted the text messages that Brandy left, because she was saying that she was like, don't be trying to act like I'm the bad guy. And she posted the messages online or whatever. So then here come Ray J. I cannot wait to see it's Rock's reviews, because she does Ray J and it's so fucking hilarious. She got him down. I can't wait to see this whole part where you know um he was like, it was all my fault and I wasn't being a good man, and I apologized to my wife and she told me to pull up on her. So I'm at this old plaster place and I don't even know what, being a man, not understanding or whatever. But he was real with it. Now my thing is, did you tell your mama all of this? Did you tell your mama you was wrong and that Princess was just responding to what you put out? Like, did you do that? Because that's who you really needed to be having this conversation with. But of course, Princess was like, I never thought Ray J was cheating on me. I just was trying to basically get him to understand um you can't just be out there like that and not and disrespecting me. Like, you can't just be doing that. So they made up, you know what I mean? Like, it was nothing. And then she gets her plaster done of her baby bump, which is cute. I've seen some really cute ones, like painted and all that other stuff. Anyway, then we see, oh wait a minute, but why Paris kept calling Brandy Cinderella? Paris is stupid. She was like, I can't believe Cinderella would do that. I just can't believe Cinderella. Paris, you stupid. You dumb as shit. And then Princess tells Ray J about Moniece throwing the chair at her and everything. And Ray J was like, what? She did. And basically Ray J was like, you know what? I generally just ignore Moniece. Like, I know her and my family got beef and all of that. I generally just ignore her, but at the same time, you just can't be throwing no chair at a pregnant woman. Like, that's so disrespectful that you would do that. So, excuse me. Oh shoot, excuse me. So then she was just like, I'm trying to think where I want to go next. So anyway, so Ray was like, I'm gonna talk to her, because she was like, nah. He go, Princess, nah, because in about 2 more months I'm gonna handle it. Ray J was like, no, in 2 months you're gonna be taking care of our baby. You don't need to be handling nothing. But she was like, I got it. Anyway, so then we see Ray J having his little event for his scooty bike, his Ray J International, whatever the hell it is. But we have Ray J talking to A1, basically saying, I can't believe that, A1 telling him what happened at the studio. He was like, I just can't believe the homie would do that. Like, we homies, and I don't believe that Safari being, disrespectful like that. Like, I just can't believe it. And then, of course, the whole thing came out about Safari. This is around the time that Safari, the dick pic, was released. And he was like, I was told to stay away from the internet because Safari all over the internet. And then he makes a little sly comment about making money. Like, well, if you hit the internet, you might as well make some money off of it. I know that's owed to his sex tape with Kim Kardashian, where both of them made money off the tape. Then we see Brooke and Bridget. Now, this scene confused me a little bit. Now, y'all tell me if y'all caught this, or let me know in the comments if I'm wrong or whatever. I thought last week when Bridget was talking to K. Michelle, she said she had heard from Brooke about Lyrica and Safari flirting with each other, right? Why today, though, in this episode, in this scene, Bridget act like she hadn't talked to Brooke about it? She was like, well, I heard, like it didn't come from Brooke. But last week she said she heard from Brooke when K. Michelle was telling her. She was like, yeah, I'd heard about that. Brooke told me. Because remember, Brooke was the one telling everybody last week. But, okay, I'm going to let y'all have that little slip up. Because he tried to act like he ain't know nothing about it. I'm going to let y'all have that moment. So then he was like, then we see, okay, it was a lot going on in this scene. So then Fizz shows up. He ain't talking about nothing, but he just there, he a little friend of the show now. Talking about, B2K not back together, but I'm still here raising my kid, dealing with Moniece and blah, blah, blah. So it sounds like him and Moniece ain't getting along these days. Whatever. Then this new character rolls up, Rockstar. Now, Rockstar is the producer of To the Stars. He got all these credits behind his name. And him and A1 got this little beef. Like, they don't really rock with each other, but it's not that outright animosity. It's that snide comment. I'm going to throw a little comment here there. Because Rockstar was working with Lyrica way back in the day before A1 became A1. And he was just Lyrica's boyfriend. And Rockstar was like, yeah, I used to send him out to, go get coffee and carry the bag and, and it sounded like there's a little bit of hate in there. It sounded like, you know what I'm saying? There's a little bit of hate going on. But Rockstar is just like, yeah, A1, he ain't all of that. And then, of course, A1 is like, Rockstar, yeah, him and Lyrica, that's who she worked with back in the day, but, I'm here now. So it's like that whole man macho ego thing they got going on. So then we back over with the girls. April Watts rolls up on Brooke and Bridget. Come to find out, Brooke and April Watts know each other because Brooke is like, yo, April Watts, I met her up in the strip club. She's the shit. I've hired her to do parties for me. Me and her cool. Like, I've known her. So Rockstar rolls up, this new guy I'm telling y'all about. He rolls up and starts talking to her. And he finds out that she's supposed to be working with A1. So, of course, the minute he finds out she working with A1, then he like, oh, well, you need to, cut that zero, get with me, you know how. He was like, I work with you, roll up in the studio. He was like, I got hits behind my name. I done worked with Fergie and Brown and da-da-da-da-da-da. And like, he rolling off his resume. He like, you need to get with me. Forget about him. He ain't shit. He didn't quite say that yet, but he was just like, come and work with me. That's cool. So April was like, cha-ching, like, I done hit the jackpot. I got A1 working with me. Now I got this other producer that want to work with me. I'm doing some things. I'm moving and shaking. So she's all good with it. I got a lot of respect for April in this episode. I'm going to get to that in a minute because I like how she handled herself. I really do. I really like how she handled herself. So then we see A1 is at the house with his mama. His mama got on a red jumpsuit and some blonde hair. It was bad. Hold up, I'm sorry. I forgot something important before I get to them because Lyrica and her mother are having a conversation. Lyrica's at her mother's house and they're having a conversation. And Lyrica is like, trying to tell her mother that she can't believe that A1, that this is going on and A1 is listening to these people instead of listening to his wife. And so she was like, her mother was like, well, tell me exactly what's going on. Like, this don't make no sense that he would just be believing random people. Like, what is going on? And she was like, I don't know. And her mother said, well, you did tell me you and Safari had been texting. And then you tell me he sent you an inappropriate text. And you could see it on Lyrica's face like, Ma, like basically, Ma, the cameras are rolling. Like, why the fuck would you? She's like, I can't believe you would say that. Why would you say that? She was like, I told you he texted me, but I never said inappropriate. I never said he was inappropriate. And I'm like, yes, you did. You just mad she said that shit on camera. You told your mama that he had sent you an inappropriate picture. Because Brooke was talking about how Lyric could describe Safari's penis before the picture hit the internet. She knew Safari had, a long stroke before it came out on the internet. And so, but you could see that whole thing. And her mother was like, well, look, it doesn't matter. Either way, it was inappropriate. Regardless, y'all shouldn't have been doing all that. Like, that was inappropriate. But I'm going to go talk to A1, I'm gonna talk to A1 so we can, get this straightened out, and y'all. She said, you stay here as long as you need to, but we're gonna get this worked out. So now we're gonna get to her mama coming to the house to talk to A1, and she walked up in the house real aggressive. She was like, I've been calling you, you ain't calling me back. I text you, you didn't respond to none of my texts. He was like, okay. He was like, you came up in my house real aggressive. And so she was like, you and Lyrica need to work this out. I can't believe you just listening to random people instead of listening to your wife. He was like, it was like 3 or 4 random people. It wasn't just one person. She was like, I can't believe that. She was like, you took a vow before God, and you need to hold your vows. And why his mama mixing up some Jiffy. I thought it was cake batter, but he said she was cornmeal, so it was some of that Jiffy, that good Jiffy with that tastes like it really tastes like cake if you make it right, but it's that cornbread, right? She gonna throw down the bowl, batter go everywhere, and she gonna try to fight Lyrica's mama. Lyrica's mama done picked up a chair to throw at her. It was ridiculous. It was unnecessary and totally ridiculous. So A1 done put both their asses out. A1 was like, both y'all got to go. He was like, she got batter all in my hair. It's all over the floor. It's all on the wall. Like, it was unnecessary and ridiculous. And he was like, both y'all got to go. She was like, you putting me out? You putting your mother out? He was like, bye. So then we see Brooke. Brooke is dealing with a real serious situation. She went to the doctor to consult to get breast reduction surgery. And they're going to do the breast reduction, but he said while he was examining her, he felt some lumps. And he was like, we're going to have to take the lumps out, and we're going to have to test them to see if they're cancerous or not. And it's always scary, regardless of what people say. It is always scary when you start talking about something may or may not be cancerous. And when they run these tests, you got to wait. You have to wait. And what the doctor's telling her, he was like, look, you're going to have a procedure. He said, you're going to need somebody to help you for about a week. You're going to be sore, and you're going to need some help. He was like, so, do you have somebody that can do that for you? He said, I need you to plan for this. And, he said, don't worry about it being cancerous or not. I just want you to, just have, keep positive thoughts. But these are precautions that we have to take. So she go to Marcus. She was like, no matter what's going on. And, of course, Marcus is like, look, if this going to be about the other night. She was like, look, Marcus, this ain't about you and your little girlfriend. And she tells him what's going on. And, of course, his whole demeanor changes. And he's like, look, no matter what else is going on, I got you. And I'm going to be there for you. And she was like, well, what about your girlfriend? He was like, don't worry about that. I got you. I'm going to be here for you. I got your back. So there's that. And, he's there for her. I'm sorry, y'all. He's there for her. Then we get to this where I'm telling y'all I got respect for April Watts. So we see April Watts goes to the studio to hook up with Rockstar. And off the break, he starts talking shit about A1. He starts shading A1 and like, you need to drop him and get with me, and he ain't the one, and I'm the man, and I got hits, and he ain't shit, and April was like, look, A1 was the first dude that ever said he would work with me. Like, I've been trying to get on, and he's the first person that's been trying to work with me. She was like, so I don't know about what's going on between. She's like, I don't know what's up between the two of y'all, but I ain't trying to get in the middle of it. He was like, nah, let me just explain to you how it went down. And he goes back to when A1 was he said, I used to put A1 in the hallway and let adults do work back in the day with Lyrica, and he ain't on my level, and you need to just get with me and I can get you some hits, and he can't do nothing for that old bullshit. And April was like, look, I don't know what's up with y'all, but what you're not gonna do is put me in the middle. You're not gonna use me on some old get back. So with that being said, thank you so much, but I'm out. And she leaves. And I can respect that because she's trying to get on. And it would be very easy for her to be like, well, I know he using me, but oh well, he going to give me a hit and keep it moving. But she showed some loyalty where really she didn't really have to, but I understood why she did. But she didn't really have to show any loyalty. But she was like, yeah, I'm out. And he was like, what? You just gonna roll out? She was like, yeah, I'm good. Like, I don't really need to be in the middle of this with y'all. I'm good. And he's sitting there like he really don't understand. All right, then we get to K Michelle's show. Not Brooke. Bridget is opening, and Bridget was like, Lyrica, I don't know what you did to mess this up, but thank you, because it feels good to be back on stage, and this was such a great opportunity for me. K Michelle, she talking about how hard it is, her body breaking down on her, because she had this before. She had all of the surgery. I think she said she had one implant removed, but she was still trying to get the other one done or whatever. But she's still torn in the meantime and in between time. And she invited Paris, and her and Paris are good. They're laughing and joking. They done made up. Paris is silly, so she got K Michelle laughing, and they backstage. All of a sudden, and she's like, look, I'm just happy to have my friend back. I ain't, as long as she'll call me a thief again, we good. All of a sudden, Lyrica mama trying to roll up and get past security. Security like, no ma'am. She said, look, I need to see K Michelle. He was like, ma'am, you can't go. I need to see K Michelle right now. She starts yelling, K Michelle! K Michelle, get out here! She is yelling. And K Michelle is in the back like, what the fuck? So she sends Paris. She was like, look, just go tell her I'm asleep. Like, I'm not about to talk to her. So Paris goes out there, and Paris is like, man, what is the problem? I need to talk to K Michelle right now because she's starting problems with my daughter, and she's starting mess. I need to talk to her. I need to get to the bottom of this. Security ain't letting her go. Paris is like, ma'am, you cannot come back here. I'm sorry. Like, K Michelle cannot see you. And of course, Paris got jokes. Paris always got jokes. She got some jokes with her too. But she was just like, she not letting her in. It was funny. She was making her little jokes. So here come, she trying to pull the daggone gate away and rush past the, she was being real extra. So Ray J rolls up, and of course security lets Ray J right through. So she's talking about some, Ray, hey Ray, I'm with you, right? You can let me through. I'm with you. And she was like, no ma'am, like you still not with, no, you're not with me. He was like, I'm just trying to see K Michelle. No, you're not with me. So Ray goes backstage. He's talking to K Michelle. They all good or whatever. And, they talk about the whole safari thing and stuff. And K Michelle was like, look, that's what I heard. Like, it is what it is. So, of course, while he's back there, he runs into Lord. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot that part. Her mama start break down and crying. It's a mess. But he runs into Moniece while he's there. And he confronts her. He don't get loud. He don't get ignorant. But he does confront her. Because he's like, what's up with you throwing chairs at pregnant women? Like, what's that about? And she was like, what gives your wife the right to just talk shit to me? Like, just because she pregnant, she can just say whatever she want to say? And Ray J was like, look, but you don't throw no chair at no pregnant woman. Like, you don't do that. And so she was just like, well, she, but I'm sorry, y'all, I lost my train of thought. But she was like, so Ray J was like, and why would you go on the internet telling people that Brandy is carrying my baby? Like, that's a lie. And she was like, well, look, I just don't fuck with your family. He was like, and that's fine. That don't have nothing to do with me. He was like, all I care about is Princess, and you was just out of pocket. Like, you were wrong. So then she gonna bring up the sex tape. He was like, that's what this about? This about the sex tape from basically, that was like 2 seasons ago. Like, this about a sex tape? And she was like, no, I'm just saying, like, she shouldn't have done that to me. He was like, look, all I'm saying is you were real out of pocket for throwing that chair. So and he didn't throw no threats, and he didn't get loud or nothing. And she was like, whatever, Ray J, whatever. He was like, I don't do no bunch of threatening. Whatever, Ray J, whatever, Ray J. So there was that. But I think Princess gonna roll up on Moniece. But I don't know if Princess want Moniece. I don't know if she want it. I don't know if she want it. So then A1 meets up with his mother and his brother. Oh, his mother was calling him Hollywood and stuff when she was on her way out the house. To my son, you just Hollywood now. Ever since you got with Lyric and moved out here, you just Hollywood now. You just Hollywood. So his brother Lloyd is like, "What's up with you putting mom out the house?" And A1 was like, did she tell you what she did? He was like, I don't care what she did. That's your mother. You don't do that to your mother. You don't disrespect your mother. I don't care what she did. So him and his brother ended up getting into it, and he was like, you all Hollywood now? He was like, he was like, what are you talking about? He was like, the hair, the nail polish, the pearls. He was like, you Hollywood now. He was like, with my brother. He was like, I never thought I would live to see my brother be disrespected. He was like, I'm the older brother. You gonna respect me. And A1 is like, what are you talking about? He was like, look, I'm not Floyd no more. I'm A1. And, he talking that shit. I've elevated myself, and why he coming at me? He was like, I thought my family would support me and have my back while I'm going through this. He was like, Mom was wrong. Like, why you defending her? She was wrong. And he was like, I don't care. I don't care. That's your mother. You don't never. And so A1 was like, so what you trying to do? Like, what's all this about? He was like, what you trying to do? He was like, I mean, if you ain't gonna listen to reason, I'll beat some sense into you. Like, what's up? So they stand up, and of course security break it up. But they going at each other. They going back and forth, back and forth. And her mother was like, his mother was like, I ain't trying to. That's not what I'm here for. That's not why I'm here. We not gonna fight. And they going back and forth like they really was about to fight. But of course, they knew security was going to stop it. But they were like, you just Hollywood. You just think you all that now. You just Hollywood. You so Hollywood. Last but not least, y'all, Ray J roll up on Safari. He meet up with Safari. They joking for a minute or whatever. And then Ray J was like, yo, Safari, what's up? Like, what's up with you and Lyrica? Like, for real. He was like, this is some mess. Like, you need to clear this up. Like, what's really good with you and Lyrica? So Safari was like, what do you mean? He playing dumb again. What are you talking about? What do you mean? He was like, I mean, what are you doing? Like, texting her and DMing her and all that. Like, what's all that about? So Safari admits. First he was playing dumb. Then he admitted that he did accidentally send her the dick pic. He was like, well, it was by accident. I didn't mean to do it. I didn't mean to send it. It was an accident. And Ray J was like, you sent her the dick pic? Like, for real, dude? I was an accident. It was an accident. And Ray J was just like, I don't believe this. Like, I don't believe you did that. I don't believe you did that. So then he was like, well, Lyrica done already came clean with A1 so they could, work things out. She done already told A1 that, that y'all smashed. He was like, he done already said it. And Ray J was waiting for Safari to be like, what? She lying. Why would she say that? Safari was like, oh, she said that for real? And Safari never said that they smashed. But what Safari did say was, I ain't really mean for it to happen. Like, we was just talking back and forth. And then he said, he never ever said something happened. He never ever said they had sex. He did admit that something inappropriate probably went down. But he never admitted that they had sex. But that's still bad enough. Because he admitted that he sent her the dick pic. Which is totally a violation. Like, you was wrong all day long wrong. And he admitted that something happened between the two of them. We still don't know what it is. But something happened. So I don't know how long they're going to drag this out. And I don't know if we really ever going to know. And I don't know if this is a real storyline or they making it up. But, hunty, that's why Lyrica acting guilty. Because she is. Because something done went down in the DMs. Anyway, let me know what y'all think in the comments. Do y'all think they hit it? Or they was just flirting? Or he just sent the pic? Like, what y'all think went down? What y'all think? Peace.